Okay.
Yeah, like we always do about this time. My name is Cornbread Capone, and this is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop
My
music.
policy don't bother me. Do it well with no apology. Show you how to rap without the cap.
And my
Now
special
everybody
guest on the
acknowledge
line
me.
is here for the
Singing
second
like,
time. What's happening,
looking like these
Kiki?
bitches. Stay
All right now,
penetrating
how
like
y'all
the
doing?
ditches. So like your girlfriend that handle
All
your
right,
business.
how are
Pop
you
out a
doing?
bag just like a
I'm good. I'm
tell
good.
on your ass. First place while you in last. You
Well,
was
I
real
have
so
a
trash.
question
I'm
to
put the
ask.
blast. Say what you wish while I
Uh-huh.
split. Clear
Because I
ignition when I
talk
give
to
the
a
gift.
lot
I
of
keep it
people.
lit. The results are swift. That whack energy don't make the list. Put me in the box and I broke it. So-called competition.
Rap
Smoke
music.
it.
And
Mhm.
I want to know, how do you feel about people who are not rappers who are brought up in a hip hop conversation? And I'm going to give you an example.
Mhm.
I could ask somebody, hey, do you have a top five, or who's your favorite, or whatever the case may be? And somebody will say, just for example, Future.
Mhm.
And I'll say, Future is not a rapper.
Mhm.
I've heard a lot of his music. I've never heard an album of his in its entirety.
Right.
But I hear his music
Mhm.
and I don't hear no rapping.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't get that. So how do you feel about
Oh,
that?
so you mean like how he sing kind of like digital with the auto tune?
Yeah, but it's not just
Kind of.
him. It's a lot of people. Cause,
Yeah.
cause,
Yeah.
cause they'll say Young Thug, he's not a rapper. Drake, he's not a
Right.
rapper. Mo3, he's not a
Right.
rapper. Uh,
Right.
we can go down the line. Rod Rave, Roddy Rich. We can go down the
Right.
line and name a bunch of people. These people not
Right.
rappers. They don't rap.
Well, what was well if you okay? Well, we're gonna say it like that. What genre of music is that then? Because it's certainly one. It's a genre. If it's not rap and it's not R&B, what do we call it? Like you might be on to something, Brett.
I would call it
What do we
R.
call it?
I would call it R&B.
You would call it R&B, but it's not really all the way R&B either. It don't seem like it's neither one of them.
Because we can go back, like when the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was released in 1998.
Right,
It was nobody around me that was in earshot of that album who did not say it was classic.
right,
But
right,
I would tell people that it's not a hip hop album
right.
because she blended R&B and rap together.
Hmm.
And we've seen this happen with Outkast, The Love Below.
Right.
We've seen it happen with CeeLo Green as the Soul
Even
Machine.
poetry. Like she was kind of rapping and doing poetry, and the other lady was singing.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, you know,
I would say if I was to say anything, I would say there's a different genre of music. I still don't consider it I don't consider it R&B, and I don't consider it rap either. I think it's a different genre, and to be honest with you, most of these rappers, whatever it is, that's what they're doing, and that's the direction it's going. That's a whole new genre. That's what it sounds like to me. Right up under our nose. That's what it sounds
mm,
like to me.
it just don't. I just
Because I can't say it's rap, and I don't feel right with either of them. If I said this one, I wouldn't feel right. If I said the other one, it wouldn't feel right with that one either to me. But that's just me.
well, certain people look at, even though this don't matter to a lot of people within the hip hop community, they'll look at the Grammys, for instance,
Right. I
and
didn't even watch them.
yeah, I didn't watch it either. You know, but every year I get aggravated over the nominations because, you know, even one of the guys, even I believe he won this year too. But last year when he won, he said thank you, but I'm not a rapper. And I was like, well,
Oh wow,
and
who
I
was
said,
that?
yeah, I was Tyler the Creator because
Wow.
he's not a rapper. They put him in a rap category because of his skin complexion.
All right, how you doing?
But he's not a rapper. You can listen to his music
Wow.
and it's not rap. It's like listening to Travis Scott. I thought Travis Scott was a
Right.
rapper. He's not a
Right.
rapper.
Right.
He makes what would be considered alternative music.
Right. Right. That makes sense.
So why do they? My thing is, why do people? Why do they label these people as rappers? Is it because some of them are signed to a rap record label?
Well, to be honest, the people at the top that's making these decisions probably not even hip hop or rappers or nothing like that. So you got to look at it like that too. The people that's making these big top of the line decisions are not the roots of the culture to even understand it. So that plays a big part. If we're gonna say it that way, you know.
Yeah.
So the ones that's making the major decisions, they're not hip hop. Probably don't even fool with hip hop because they're making major decisions concerning hip hop. They're just the same thing as if it's BMT on, by that's Black Entertainment tonight. Is it owned by Black people?
No, it's not. It's owned by the Viacom Corporation.
Okay then. So it's like that's all across the board. Then if that's the case,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Well,
that's all across the board.
and that's what I be trying to get people to understand because
Yeah,
you
and
know,
and I'm totally with you on it. And I done watched a couple of documentaries where they were saying that this is just the whole plan. Now I don't know how true any of this is because I wasn't there,
yeah,
but I definitely feel in my spirit that it is something going on. It is more to it. We probably will never know, But oh, excuse me, y'all. That's the plane. Y'all hear that?
nah.
I'm sorry. All the commotion in the background, but yeah. So that would explain right there.
Well, there is a plan that has been set in place, and I feel bad because this plan uh, was birthed in my generation in the '90s,
Right.
and I feel uh, I feel bad about that because
Right.
when I found out what the plan was, it made me look at me and say, "Ooh,
Right.
that's not good." You know what I'm saying? And then
And I'm the same way. And it's like, you hear people talk about, even when people be on this, such and such go the hardest. This is the hardest. This is the hottest female. This is the hottest. This is the hottest that. Let me tell you something, Brie, and excuse my French, but I don't give a damn about that. I don't give a damn about being the hottest because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I felt like I wanted to be the hottest this, the hottest that, I would. But I'm gonna tell you what stops it. I have a filter. Certain things that come to my mind, I will not say, let alone even write. There's certain things that come to my mind when I'm writing. I could be saying all of these things and being just like everybody else, but at the end of the day, you got to stand for something. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand for something, and I have an image to uphold. So some things I'm just not going to say. I could say those things though and get the same type of attention everybody else is getting. Or I could do those things and get the same type of attention everybody else is getting. But I choose not to do that because of what I stand for. Now, it's not me saying that these ladies or these other people don't stand for nothing. I'm just saying that we stand for different things.
right,
We don't stand for the same things. So even when it comes down to just different stuff, just being a woman in this society, and stuff like that, and even with the age, so I do recognize that I'm in my later 30s, so certain things I won't say. Certain things you probably would have heard Kiki D saying way back in the day, that was fired up. I can't say that right now.
right.
And I would never say that right now because the woman that I am today. Does that make any sense? So
Yeah,
I'm okay with passing with everybody. Such and such go hard, such and such go hard, this and that. I'm okay. That doesn't bother me when I don't get mentioned in somebody's top five because I don't want to be there. I done been there and done it. I don't want to be there. Now I just want to feel good. I want to make music that feel good. I want to make music that make other people feel good. That's what it's all about to me.
I
It's not
feel
about
that.
that.
I want to ask you about this because you brought up something very interesting. You said age. And for quite some time now, ageism has been a focal point of some people's conversation.
Right.
And I've only seen this applied to rap music because rock and roll artists who are 70 and 80 years old are still out there touring, still releasing new music and still selling records.
Still relevant.
I
Yeah.
don't hear nobody saying, "Hey, get your old ass off stage and put the guitar down." I don't hear nobody
Well, you know
saying
what?
that.
You know what I think? I think it's all about what you're talking about because that's pretty much what I was saying. Now, if I was out on here, oh pop that, pop that, pop that, and I'm in my late 30s, that's distasteful. I'm sorry. For me. For me. But if I was in my 20s or something like that, like one of them type of chicks, then it won't look as bad. You see what I'm saying? So it's the stuff that we talk about in hip hop. It's a lot more stuff that we talk about in hip hop than they talk about in other genres. And some of the stuff is probably starting to kind of spill over. Now you probably hear a country song where he kind of, he talking about some gangster stuff now, and stuff. But before it wasn't all of it.
Oh
Wasn't
yeah.
nobody doing it.
Well,
So
they didn't crossbreeded rap with
they
every
they
other
didn't
kind
cross
of music genre.
exactly. Exactly, but what rap is known for, because really, in actuality, hip hop, black music or whatever, we was the only ones really making music talking about killing each other. What other races or cultures or genres of music is talking about killing each other?
None.
None of them. We the only ones. We the only ones that want to kill up each other, and we think it's so damn entertaining. We
Yeah.
think it's so damn.
And
We
and
think it's so damn
and
entertaining.
when I tell people that I'm not impressed by this music, they look at me like I got shit on my face. Like,
But I'm gonna say this too though, because I say it because it's a flip side, and I'm one of them people. I don't look at things one sided. I try not to be biased. I really do. And I look at this. I look at the fact that like I told you the last time, the old people was not feeling what we was listening to either. So we not feeling what they're vibing to either. But the generations are getting worse and worse and worse, and we have to acknowledge this. Is like the stuff, the mentality, the moral compass is leaving, so I have to recognize this. I'd be a fool to say I don't recognize it, but at the same time, I do understand. I understand what's going on, and the fact that I understand what's going on, I know I can't really stress about it, but I know that the older generation, they felt the same way about us. I know they did. I know they did. They felt the same way about us. So that's the same thing we saying. And guess what? This generation, after this generation, the next generation of hip hop gonna be worse than that. And then they gonna be telling them that hey, y'all doing too much. So it's
I, I
I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest about it. I am biased and I don't care because when these youngsters
We
came,
know
when they came in the game, they came in the game with disrespect.
they did.
They came in the game and said Tupac was a boring rapper. I never heard a Biggie song. I never heard a
Right.
Andre 3000 verse that was
Right.
just exceptional. And all this and all that. And you know what I said? You know what? If you don't have respect for the people who opened the door for you from the bottom of my heart, fuck you and four motherfuckers that look like you.
Well, yeah,
And that's how
yeah,
it's
bro.
going and that's how
And
it's
I'm
going to
and
be
I'm gonna
to
tell
the
you
end.
something. Everybody that know that you have very strong feelings about this. Like this is so you so passionate about it, and so that's why it didn't even surprise me. For you to, of all people, to have this type of show where people can get on here and really invent, and in a safe place and talk about what they want to talk about and view their views, and stuff like that. So this was this was so appropriate.
Yeah.
Everybody know how you feel about it. Everybody that know you. I know you're very passionate about it. But bro, you know, at the end of the day, them kids gonna do what they want to do. They gonna do what they want to
Yeah,
do, and they gonna go in it
and that's
in
cool.
that direction.
Because everybody has a choice in what they and what they do, but it's like understand. Yes, it's your time. Sure, enjoy it. If you call that music, cool. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? But
right,
nah, don't get beside yourself. Don't try to put yourself in the best ever category.
right,
Don't ever think that you can go against the people that's older than you, because
right.
year after year we have seen example after example that the best rappers are in their late 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And we
yeah.
see it.
But sometimes, but you can't underestimate. Like I say, I'm just not biased, so you can't underestimate the newcomers either because I've been impressed with a lot of new artists
Like
as
who?
well too. A lot of I don't know. It's like what's her name?
Dreezy is a girl.
Dreezy, a female. That's a female artist.
I
They be
heard
sleeping on Dreezy.
I heard of her.
They be sleeping on Dreezy. They got some new females. We got females from Beaumont. Let's just start in our hometown. We got some females from Beaumont. We got the female out there in PA that's killing shit. So you can't really say like you can't really you can't. That's why I say it just depends. It just depends on I guess who you talking to because they got some upcoming people that's stepping, and they got some of them that grew up because the thing is, they probably grew up with parents like how our kids growing up. See, you a music lover. You're
Right.
a music lover, so your kids grew up listening to good music. So one of your kids decide to start doing music. You don't think them kids gonna be great? They came from greatness. So we're breeding babies like this. So you can't say that.
Well, if mine was to decide to make music, I would have to sit him down and really talk to him because, it in the end at the end he's gonna choose what he wants to do anyway.
That's
But
true. That's
but
true.
what nobody didn't do for me, they didn't sit me down and say, hey, this is a business. I know it looks fun and glamorous from the outside, but it requires a lot of time. It requires a
Yeah.
lot of money. You're gonna have to deal with this, that, and the third being associated with this music, with this industry. Certain people. It's weird when you get involved with music. You see how temperamental artists are. You see how sensitive artists are. You have to deal with, Lord forbid, if you have to deal with smoke, as they call it in the streets, uh,
Right.
or beef, as we would call it. It's just a lot that comes with making music. And
Right.
if I had a way to tell mine, I'd be like, I'd rather you be involved with the business side as opposed to
Right.
being the artist. But if you want to be the artist, I can't stop you from being an artist because,
Right.
that's how people express themselves.
Right.
Um,
Right.
he would definitely know what real hip hop is and what hip hop is not.
Shoot, he been hearing it all his life. He been hearing it all his life. Cause even with my kids, that's what we listen to. Their dad was a music lover. Also he was musically inclined as well. And so they really didn't have a choice but to be musically inclined. So um my son is like he's a really good lyricist. My daughter sings really well. I don't know what the little one exactly what she gonna do, but they are pretty much kind of musically inclined. And you should hear their playlist. They playlist says got me written all over it.
Wow.
Yeah, got me written. Me and their dad like the good music that we listen to and stuff or whatever. That's in their playlist. They don't just listen to like stuff, um, in their generation. My daughter even told me one day, she said, Mama, y'all had all the good music. I just feel like I was born in the wrong generation. It just seemed like y'all had so much fun. I say we did.
Why do you
We
think?
really did.
Why do you think it's so hard for artists now to pay homage to?
Pride.
Pro-
Pride. Like they not built like us. They not built like I could sit up here and compliment. somebody else all day, and it doesn't take nothing away from me. But everybody don't have that type of maturity. They feel like you taking their shine. But can't nobody take nobody else shine because it's enough for all of us. You know, it's enough for all of us. But a lot of people, it's just pride. But as they get older and they see things for what it is or whatever, they'll start waking up to it eventually. They'll start waking up to it. But I've never been. I've always been the type of person that was able to, give somebody else their props. I've always been that way.
It just
But
what it wasn't like that in the '90s. You didn't hear rappers
no,
accepting awards and they didn't disrespect like Run DMC and
right,
Curtis
right,
Blow and they didn't we didn't do that in our era. We didn't disrespect
right.
them. We looked up to them. We gave them props. We gave them their flowers.
Yeah,
But it was
yeah,
somewhere in a 2000 between 2008 and 2000 about 12ish where that changed and
yeah,
people started coming in the game with disrespect.
right.
Nicki Minaj, her first song on her album was dissing Lil Kim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And then the
saying?
other little girl came out dissing her. Like yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
like you got to pick somebody off to get where you got to go. I don't understand it. I never understood it either. I never understood that. You got to pick somebody out. But it's not just, and it's the men too, because that's even like Ja Rule was on fire before 50 Cent came out.
yeah.
He was.
And I was still
Ja
and I
Rule was
was
the
still
man.
and I was still liking Ja Rule during that
Me
whole
too.
time because
Me too.
I wasn't the biggest 50 fan. I mean, his album was good, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I wasn't a big 50. Well, I found out the
I ain't gonna
truth.
lie. 50 came out hard. Like, and even if you, okay, whether you was a 50 fan or not, you can't deny the impact 50 album had on the streets when they first dropped. You can't deny it.
Well, I
You can't
can't
deny it.
because I was in the clubs at the time and that was the first album that I heard play in the club in its entirety. They played the whole album in the
Yeah,
club. And I was
yeah.
like,
50.
wow.
Hey,
But
but he picked somebody off to like So it's like what it is. Like it's a dog eat dog. But that's all a part of the agenda, the assignment that I was telling you about them documentaries. It's a couple of them. I ain't gonna really just throw no names out there, but it's a couple of artists, rappers, that was talking about this and that they witnessed it, and stuff like that. So it's part of the agenda, and it's going as planned. Look like to me, it's going as planned.
yeah, and then when I tell people about this agenda, they say, "Oh yeah, I know that." Yeah, but if you know that, why you walk into the trap?
It's the direction everybody else going. It's just so much easier.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
mean,
much
I
easier
don't
to just
understand the
go.
I don't understand the go along, get along society
Yeah,
because
yeah. Well,
I never was the go along, get along person.
and see me, it's. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of like in between. I'm kind of like in between because, like I say, it's a couple of young artists that I can appreciate. Like my kids, like I say, they listen to It's a mixture of my music and it's a mixture of their music. So they play some stuff. A couple of young artists. I'm like, okay, you got a nice little vibe to them. Now, what I learned, they it's not about being a lyricist anymore. It's not about that. Like they want to feel. They want to feel something. It's just all about the vibe now. If the beat is like real hype and groovy, or it ain't even got to necessarily be hype. It could be a laid back beat, But if it got a nice little vibe to it, and they can catch the melody, like you say, we don't know what genre this is, that they're doing, but they're doing the singing thing. I've even played with it a little bit myself, but they doing like the singing thing where you singing, but you kind of rapping, so you catch one of them good melodies like that, and then you get a good hook. You in there. Your verses don't have to be. You don't have to take uh hours and hours to write this verse to carefully place the words together. Now you can just you know throw it, and it's a vibe, and them kids are gonna jam it because right now they have all type of stuff going on, and people just don't want to think. They don't want to listen to something that they're gonna put in that's gonna make them think too much. People don't want to think; they want to vibe. That's what I was told. Like that's what the youngsters told me. They don't want to think.
Yeah, but my thing is vibes are not conducive to music that lives forever.
It's not.
If you look at this generation of music, they attention span is so short
It is.
that they don't remember the hit that was on the radio and on the charts last summer, let alone maybe 6 months ago. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's
It's a
why.
lot of
And
microwave music.
it is, and that's why people are doing EPs now. That's why I keep telling people nobody's doing albums. Nobody's doing it. People are doing EPs. People attention span is too. Let me tell you something. I could sit here and hold this phone, right? And you send me a song. You send me one song, okay, I'll listen to it. You send me two songs, okay, I'll listen to it. But if I'm not really a really big fan of you, by the time you get finished sending me three, four, five damn songs, guess what? I done had two emails came in, one text message, somebody called. All this is happening on one device. Okay, I got a notification from Scrabble. Somebody played. They said, "Oh, it's my turn to play." This is it. YouTube didn't send me a notification. I didn't got distracted. I didn't got distracted. Just that all this thing on this one device. That's why I tell people, ain't nobody got time to listen to no whole. You need to make enough songs for the person to drive from their house and get to work. That's a nice 5 songs. The other songs, the fillers, that's just gonna get lost in between. And then say, for instance, if you have a really great song, I mean a really, really great song that you want people to hear, they probably ain't gonna never get to it if it's number 9 or number 10 because they can't get past the first 5. The attention span is not that. It's that's just what it is. That's just what it is. 5 songs, project, cool, EP. Because of the attention span, it's too many distractions.
But guess who's been making quality music in this whole time period that we're talking about?
Oh,
Let's go back. 2012, Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City, classic album.
yeah.
2014, Jay-Z, 444.
That's why
2000,
I say if a person is not a fan, that's what I'm saying. If a person is not a fan of you already, like that, if a person is just not a fan, they're not just gonna really listen to all of it. Because most people, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a person that will get I would get a CD and I'm gonna listen to the whole album. The reason why I'm gonna listen to the whole album is because I am actually a music lover. Yes, I am. People send me their stuff all the time. I'm listening, but I'm talking about the regular people. They got people. I might have. Okay, let's talk about what album can I say? Uh, let's say Meek Mill's Champions album, right?
right.
Most people probably only know the songs that's being played on the radio or the videos that's in their face. But see, me and you, two music lovers, we probably know every song that's on that album because we actually listen to it. Even if we don't know it, we heard it before. But they got some people that ain't gonna never take the time. And I'm talking about just the regular general public. I'm not talking about other music lovers. It comes a point in time where the attention span is so short, you just really making music for other music lovers when you're making it that long. Unless the person is already like really, really a diehard fan. Certain people I can listen to all day. Like her. The artist her, I can listen to her all day. I can listen to her all day. But some people I cannot listen to them all day. She's one of them though because I'm a huge fan. I don't know.
Can I ask you a question? What happened?
Mhm.
What happened to the women who used to ride around and jam 90s R&B and neo soul?
Oh man, we chilling. Listen. We been chilling. We been
And the reason,
we still here, Brett.
and this is the reason
We
why,
still here.
and this is the reason why I'm asking, because I live surf on several social media sites, and I just kind of looking around, seeing what people are doing. Most people on live, they playing music in the background. They may be dancing. They might be just chilling, engaging with the audience, whatever, what have you. But I noticed that an overwhelming amount of women are programmed and conditioned to like and listen to bullshit.
Oh, I
and
did notice that. I
and
do notice
and
that.
even women within our age group and older listen to bullshit. And I say, man, I remember when females would listen to, Jill Scott, India Arie, Erica
Yeah, but
Badu, you know what
not.
I'm
But
saying? But
they don't want to hear it no more. And look, and I'm gonna go even deeper. I'm gonna go even deeper with it. They don't. That's why most of them so hard and heartless because they not put they it's no balance. They not putting no love in it. Most of them not really putting no love in it. And even the R&B, most of the R&B songs is dissing is dissing the men. It's dissing them. So it's like it's not about the love. And my thing is too. I'm just like not to be too personal, but what are you guys putting out? I couldn't imagine Bread going out with a guy, right? And we on the date and we chilling and it's supposed to be like a vibe and he put on some shit like that. I think
yeah,
that
I
would just
mean,
that would turn me completely off.
that would turn me completely off if a
But
woman
but but
did the same.
but see, but that's they don't, and the women are doing it. And when I see women like that, I wonder. I'm like, is her is her and her significant other, is this what they're listening to when they're in the acting? You know,
I think about that
is this
too.
their vibe?
Because I can't get, I'm not going to lie to you. When I see that in public, and I see it every day,
Yeah.
she looks like Flavor Flav to me.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and if she's with a dude, I'm wondering, okay, which one of y'all is which one of y'all is the girl and which one of y'all is the dude?
Yeah. 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 It's
Because
rough.
yeah, it's crazy these days.
They don't
But
want to hear that. They don't want to hear nothing about no love. These people don't want to hear nothing about no dang on love. They want to hear about toxic relationships and stuff like that. That's what they want to hear.
what
So if
who
you ain't talking about that,
who made a word that is essentially describing something bad? Who made it to where you can pedestalize this word and pedestalize this activity?
right?
No,
Well, Brad, that's just like bitch and hoe. Like when you was talking, I mean, you mentioned it in another one of the interviews when you was saying back in the day, if you called a female a hoe, that's a fight. But now, what you say? She say, Brad,
thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
And I'm
You
not
know,
lying because I didn't seen
yeah,
this happen. And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what? Like I was,
yeah.
man, I ain't gonna
Blown
lie.
away.
I had to go get a sack and go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, hey,
yeah.
this is too much for me. I can't believe what I just saw. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, that's what it's come to. Like I say, the moral compass is leaving. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even because a lot of people they just they didn't grow up that way. You know, like even with my kids, I tell my kids all the time when I tell them about some stuff that the way things were when we were growing up and stuff or whatever. It's like they can't even wrap their mind around it. Like I can't even believe, this. I was telling them just the other day when we went out eating, and I say a lot of stuff that's going on today, and a lot of stuff that's legalized today, and passed off as laws or whatever by the courts is like a lot of stuff. If you would have asked my grandmother this in the 90s, if any of this stuff would have came to pass, she would have looked at you crazy. She would have looked at you crazy. So it's like it's so much of the norm now, like being toxic and calling women out of their name and stuff like that or whatever. It's become the norm now. So now it's just like walking down the street or whatever, because I remember a point in time, even in social media play a big part, because I was gonna say, if Mr. Johnson across the street, that's there across the street from y'all, was cheating on Miss Johnson, you ain't know nothing about that man outside children until his funeral, probably. That's when people pull up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, like that's when she pull up or when everybody find out or whatever, and nobody knew, this and that. So many family secrets and stuff could get swept under the rug and stuff with no social platforms around. But now that we have social platforms all around, we get to air out all this dirty laundry. Oh, look at me, and so many people they get shamed and shamed and shamed, get public humiliation. It's like you might as well just come out and just wear the jacket. This is who they say I am. I might as well be comfortable in my own skin. So this is what happens. So everybody wants to be comfortable in their own skin. So now they're overly exposing things that should not be exposed. But it should be a balance. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable in your own skin, but it needs some type of balance too, though. Because your business ain't show business. So and it's I don't know.
I just don't agree
That's
with putting your whole life on social media.
I don't either. I don't either. I don't either. And I've been in situations where I've got into altercations with people and been blasted on social media. Like I just don't move like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. But this is what it's become. So it's been the norm for so long to where now everybody is just accustomed to it, and that's why you could call her a hoe and she'll say thank you. This like it's like everybody wants to be comfortable in their own skin, and they just normalized it. It's normalized. Everything is normalized now, so you can pretty much do what you want to do. Like this is not the age to where if you were cheating on your husband or something like that, everybody put you in the middle and stone you to death. This is not that day and age.
Wow.
It's not that day and age.
And I'm just thinking about the conversation that I'm gonna have to have with Lil Bread one day about this conversation.
Right.
I know it's coming.
It's definitely going to come, and then you got to think about what's going to be of the world around that time when you got to have that conversation, because like I said, things are getting work. Man, listen, it's to a point to where you're having to prematurely have conversations with your kids that you're not ready to have with them because you feel like they're too young. But with this social media and everything, they're already overly exposed. So by the time your kid walk up to you and ask you a question, excuse me, you might as well go ahead and explain it to them. You've already been exposed. So I'm going to go ahead and explain it to you the way it really goes before you run across the wrong person that'll take advantage, of your innocence and tell you any damn thing. So yeah, it's definitely a conversation. But this hip hop, everything or whatever, I do recognize the moral compass, and everything is that's what it is. But I also recognize the agenda, so it doesn't surprise me. Like I'm not over here, I'm not shocked about anything no more. Like nothing really shocks me anymore about how far everybody is going.
Well, I just decided that what I'm doing musically and the extensions of that music will not play a part in that agenda.
And what you're doing in music and what you're doing, and even with this, is greatly appreciated because, like I said, it gives people a voice. It gives people a voice to come on here and really just speak about these issues. Because to be honest with you, it's a community thing. It's definitely a community thing, and we need to have a safe place where we can speak about these different issues. But some of these conversations, you go so far out, they be trying to flag you and take your video down and stuff or whatever. So that's why I was kind of make sure I wasn't saying no names, and stuff like that. But
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
because
we gotta
I wanted
get this information out.
That last one I made, I really was supposed to go harder than that. Really,
right?
And truly, you know what I'm saying. I just be trying not to get flagged or get the video taken down, but
yeah, but and then it's like in certain words you could say, and certain words, So hey, they gotta. It's so many stipulations, man, on the amendments.
well, free speech is not free anymore.
No, it's not.
You know what
No,
I'm
it's
saying?
not. So you gotta watch what you say. But but I'm gonna, hey, I'm gonna talk my shit though. I'm just gonna find a way to do it. But I'm gonna say what's on my mind. I'm gonna say what I mean, and I'm gonna mean what I say. But You know, it is what it is. I'm a call a state, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try not to be biased. I try not to be biased. I try not to be biased. I try to look at things from all angles as much as I possibly can. And if I just can't see it, then I just can't see it. You know. But I do try to look at things from all angles.
And that's cool. And deep down, I really wish that I could not be biased like you. But I know that I'm biased, and I own my bias because at the end of the day, the people who I'm talking about, they don't go harder than me on the microphone.
My thing, okay, and also too, my thing is this: the way that you are, everybody respect you for who you got to be, who you are. So that's why you have so much respect, because people know that. People know that you're gonna speak your mind, and people know that you're gonna be passionate about how you feel, and that's what make people respect you. What I don't respect uh, is a person that will say it uh, in secret and just be shoe showing, and stuff like that. But the fact that you come out, hey, I'm not feeling it. Hey, I'm not. You need people like that. You need people like that around you that's gonna keep it real with you. Like, hey, that right there. That's not it. That's not it.
That's why I
So,
think the rap game's suffering at, because I know that you have attended showcases back in the day where people got booed off the stage like the Apollo.
oh yeah, oh
And
yeah.
people in the audience who was booing, they didn't care if the artist cried backstage, in the car, in the
No,
crowd. It didn't matter.
no.
What mattered was, were you good when you hit that stage?
That's it.
When we stopped throwing tomatoes at niggas, when we stopped saying that shit was whack, that's when
Calling a
all
Sandman.
that when all them people who stopped being stiff and tough on people stop doing that, that's when all the whackness slid in the door. Now you can't say you don't like nobody because
Or worse, somebody walk up and slap you while you while you up there on the stage. I wish a motherfucker would, Brad. I wish a motherfucker would walk up on the stage and slap Rakisha. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn way. I'm sorry. And I don't
yeah.
even fight. I don't even fight like that no more. Like, I'm not even, and I never really was a person that just want to fight. I really would like to walk away as much as I can. I don't want no smoke with nobody. But that shit right there, oh man, Bread. I was flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted. But anyway, oh
Yeah.
Lord, they spent enough time on it, didn't they? But
Yeah,
I really,
they spent the whole week on that shit.
yeah, they did. And you know what? And when they spend all their time on stuff like that, out of distractions, while everybody else head turn, ain't no telling what's going on over here. You see, everybody head turned to the right, something going on over here on the left hand side. Ain't nobody paying attention, and they do it to us all the time, Brad.
Why do you
They do
think
it to
it's
us all
so
the time.
easy for us to be distracted by bullshit?
Okay. You say why? Why what?
Why is it so easily for black people to be distracted by bullshit?
You know, Brad, it's a lot of self hate, man. It's a lot of self hate, and I just I feel like it was trickled down. After so much of being told you ugly, your hair nappy, you this, you that. I know people, Brad, that's in families that's still dealing with colorism.
Damn.
They're still dealing with colorism. I know some guys that's dark skinned guys, black men, that won't even date a dark skinned sister, right? Because they don't want their kids to come out black. And I had a guy that I was really cool with. He was this way. He's dark skinned. He was a dark skinned brother, real nice looking brother, and he would not date a dark skin. I don't care how pretty she was. He just did not do dark. And so, as a black woman, you got to know that pissed my soul off. You know what I'm saying? They really did.
Yeah.
But when I got to talking to this brother, and he got to breaking down the way he grew up, his family used to make him feel like he was the little black one. The little black one. See, when a child keep hearing this type of stuff, it teaches them self-hate. It teaches them self-hate, and it helps them to accept it. So as time go on, all this is like a domino effect. All of this has something to do with everything. That's why black folks are so distracted with negativity, and stuff like that. Because I see these women, bred on these reality shows and making fools of themselves all the time. But it's like that's the stereotype that they put up for us. But I know a lot of successful women, successful black women that would never get a reality show because people don't find that shit to be entertaining. Nobody wants to hear about how Takesha went to school and got her LVN, and she came from nothing and stuff like that. Nobody want to hear about that. They want to hear about how Takesha went to school to get her LVN and dropped out of school and start doing this and start doing,
Right.
all these different. That's what they want. Oh my God! So she was doing. Now what happened? Man, she was doing so good. Like people love that. People love bullshit. The only thing I can blame it on is self hate. Self hate. It's self hate.
Hmm. Well, before we get up out of here, please give everybody your social media so they know how to follow you.
Y'all can reach me on Medusa Reincarnated on Instagram. You can also release me on release me. You can also follow me on TikTok, Medusa84, and I'm also on Facebook, Rakisha M. Duriso. And it was nice talking to you, bro. Nice conversation.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed this one.
Oh
As
yeah.
always.
Yeah, we got to do part 3. And before I get up out of here, I want to send condolences to the Newman family and rest in peace to
Yes,
Lil Ronnie.
condolences.
And also rest in peace to my cousin Derwin Jones, aka Gangsta D. You know what I'm saying? Washington Manor alumni, Pal Archie at his finest. Rest in peace, kinfolk. Everybody out there, man, y'all be good. On behalf of Kiki D, myself, I'm Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty.